Today in this video, I want to talk about a channel called Illuminaughtii. This is a channel that covers secrets about the fashion, music and food industry, and some charities as well. Her videos are around half an hour long, and it's funny because they're actually very good quality, and she uploads multiple times a week, which I have to respect because it's clear she's like well organized and she has a team of people to help make the videos. People on the team include researchers to help her get an understanding of the topic, an audio mixer to make it sound nice, channel artists to make the overall presentation look good, and multiple editors, normally being more than 3 people working on the video. This might sound like a lot, but once you get that consistency and quality of videos like these, there is no better option than like separating them and giving it to different people to make it faster. That considered, I would actually be interested and respect this channel, not only for the consistency and quality of the videos, but also because he covers topics that are interesting to know about and you don't really see enough. However, the actual owner of the channel herself recently said some dumb stuff that kind of made me dislike her because of the way she acted. The thing that caused her to lash out and get angry over was when an editor from a different channel called Legal Eagle reached out to her to ask her a technical question. Legal Eagle is a different channel that also makes really high quality videos that uploads weekly, and you can tell how hard they work in the videos, not just by the fact that they upload frequently. They make videos discussing legal issues in situations, and they have their own professional grade camera, their own set, good audio, and they even have a lot of knowledge on legal issues and laws. I should mention that their editor is also very good. And this is important because their editor tries to reach out to the editors of Illuminauttii's team by asking Illuminaughtii herself. Him asking her directly isn't his fault, because in the video descriptions, even though the editors are mentioned, there is no link to their socials, so there's no way to talk to them. So the only option was to ask Illuminaughtii herself. And the questions he asked her was if her editors use an After Effects plugin for a certain effect in the video, where he mentioned that he could do the process by hand, but it would be easier if there was an easier way to do it. This is a pretty fair question because if you work for a channel that uploads weekly, it would be great if there were shortcuts that you learn from other people to make the process easier. However, Illuminaughtii was angered by this, thinking he was trying to steal her style, despite the fact that it was just one question as opposed to hundreds of them. At which point she started accusing Legal Eagle of taking other parts from a video that they apparently stole, trying to mimic her style. The example she used was a ripped paper that's used in her video and that Legal Eagle used in her video. Despite the fact that it's just paper and they're not even the same image. I found this funny because Illuminaughtii got really aggressive and acted like there was an actual reason to be so, even though she doesn't really take care of the editing process of her videos. If she had some basic understanding in video editing, she would understand that the question he asked her was pretty basic and there wouldn't be any harm with her answering him. It would have actually taken a little less time for her to redirect him to the editing team than screenshotting it and tweeting about it. It was also funny how confident she was that she knew he was trying to steal his style and even called him lazy, despite the fact that she doesn't even edit her own videos. However, there was a really satisfying moment when the Legal Eagle Twitter account actually responded to her tweets. And it's funny the amount of stuff they called her out on, and they even acted much calmer and less childish than her. Thankfully, they took the editor's side and defended him, which I know sounds weird to be happy about, but there are a lot of companies that one of their employees gets in trouble with other well-known people, they would completely ignore them to avoid any possible backlash. And even though Legal Eagle has more subscribers at 2.8 million, Illuminaughtii still has a lot herself at almost 1.7 million. So there was definitely a possibility of her trying to get people to go against them. But basically, Legal Eagle was being nice, even saying it was a misunderstanding, even acting friendly, saying great minds think alike. But they did point out that parts she said they stole from her don't really count as a style, even pointing out that they were using it in their videos 3 or 4 years before her. Since they're so commonly used and so minor, it doesn't make sense to say it's your style and then call everyone else who uses it thieves. As well as the fact that the editors didn't design the elements themselves, and most likely sourced from online, with all the effort going to googling them and then downloading them. And then they respond again by saying their editor's a great editor, and what he was asking them was pretty normal and common amongst other editors, reinforcing their ideas that by no means he was trying to copy their style. This shows how understanding Legal Eagle is, trying to make it logical from their point of view, which although he doesn't edit his own videos, he still understands that what he was asking them wasn't bad. Then later on it gets worse with him mentioning that Danny was a fan of her videos and topics she talked about, which makes it more painful for the editor. Imagine looking up to someone in terms of their work and content, to the point that you find inspiration from their videos and you try to ask them the questions, only for that person to point at you and call you a thief. Especially that the first thing she seemed to do is go on Twitter and talk about it, with very little context. Then Legal Eagle also said Danny was a freelance editor and would actually make content inspired by her in his free time. The next part Legal Eagle talked about was when Danny joined Illuminaughtii's Discord server, to talk to the mods as well. And you would think they would actually support of him, helping him find the answer he needed. But funny enough, they were actually just as, if not less helpful, by basically saying that people on the editing team were busy and didn't have time to explain the process, despite the fact that they could have just answered yes or no, depending if they used a plugin or not. But it's weird because even though they're separate people through Illuminaughtii, they still acted angry, looking down at him for asking. Which makes me feel like Illuminaughtii herself went out of her way to tell the people on her Discord to not help him, fear that he would steal her style, from him asking people. Even if you look at the Discord chat, he even said thank you when the people said that the other team was too busy to talk to him. He was just acting really nice, despite the fact that the people didn't even attempt to help him. It blows my mind how little helped the elder god, even though he was just asking basic stuff. Then Legal carried on saying that YouTube's a great site where people like help each other. But for Illuminaughtii, I imagine that she saw that if she helped him out, people would drift away from her channel to watch their videos because of like the similar editing style. And this is another thing I want to talk about, the editing style. If you were to watch one of her videos, the editing style is very nice, like you can't disagree with that. But if you were to watch another channel that makes videos about drama or investigations, you would notice that they have like a very similar style. Try watching multiple videos from different channels, putting it on mute, and you will struggle to find which one's Illuminaughti's because of how similar they look. This is why it's so annoying to see her like complain that people try to steal her style, even though the effects he uses are like really commonplace on YouTube and are really basic. Then Legal carried on saying that they didn't know they had to ask her a question and that shouldn't be that big of a problem, even saying that people on YouTube should be more open to others. And the last thing they said is that they could keep talking on the DM to sort out the problem. And you have to respect how nice they were, because they could have just ended the argument in the first place by saying like they wouldn't try to steal her style. But even then, they still took the time to make sure there wasn't any bad intentions and defend the editor. At which point, Illuminaughtii like deleted a tweet accusing them of stealing her style. But it's already late for that because people in the replies are now asking her if she's gonna like make an apology for the accusations, or if she's even gonna like address it instead of like deleting the tweet and ignoring it. Which would be pretty shitty considering the fact that she acted so confident that they would try to steal her style, and it was pointed out that they were actually using elements way before her. And then people started accusing her of plagiarism from taking parts of other documentaries to put in the videos. And if you compare the things he's plagiarized from, it really does sound like word for word. I just think it's funny how she tries to act like people are trying to plagiarize from her just for little things, when in reality her videos are built up from plagiarism from other documentaries. And I definitely feel like plagiarizing scripts is way worse than just using a basic effect. However, Illuminaughtii did say that she apologized to Legal Eagle in private for the accusations, which I have to respect because at the very least, she acknowledged that what she did was wrong, instead of just like deleting the tweet to get people to forget about it. She did make a public apology, which is why people are still saying that she's ignoring it. But as long as she sorted it out in private, then I can respect that a bit. That's all I really have to say. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.